It's time for good energy, and I'm Dr. Julie, and welcome to Bodyful Day 269. We are talking about patience and the senses, and today we're talking about the kinesthetic sense. So how does the sense of where your body is, your joints and your muscles are, how does that contribute to the energy for patience? Is it good energy in? Is it a stressor? We'll find out more today. All right, so let's start out. Let's take a deep breath in and release. I'm gonna lower this just a little bit. There we go. Deep breath in, expand in the belly, expand in the chest, expand in the sinuses, and tuck your tailbone and release. And now we're talking about the kinesthetic sense. Can you remember a time when you were just so physically tired that you couldn't deal with anything? Go ahead and breathe into that. And release. My husband and I have a tendency to save our complex decision making until after the kids are in bed and we have both crawled into bed, and some nights we have enough energy to have the patience to work through each of our opinions and all of the data before we come up with something. But many times we are just so physically exhausted, we have no kinesthetic energy whatsoever, that we start talking and we're like, nope, we can't do this today. We don't have enough patience to correctly weigh the information to come up with a decision. So heaven, we've got to wait till tomorrow. Have you ever felt like that? That is what we're working into today. Today is energy to have patience, or energy for patience, equals good energy in minus stressors. And we know that the kinesthetic sense is muscles and joints, joint and muscle, information about where they are in space, but we can also tie them, we can also pull in the sense of touch and say a little bit of pain in there too if they've been overworked. They just don't have the energy and the signal to send back into your brain and say, hey, we got something here. Or the signal is, oh my goodness, I need to sleep. And so when you think about the kinesthetic, sometimes you got to think about this in terms of balancing do I have enough energy that doing this workout will give me more good energy in? Or in the process of doing this workout, is it going to drain me so much that it is going to become a stressor? This is something you have to keep constantly monitoring, because sometimes when you push yourself too far, then it becomes stress, which means your body says, nope, we're not going to get anything from it. And in fact, getting back from your workout, instead of feeling refreshed and energized, you are grumpy and a pain in the butt. Or everybody else is grumpy and a pain in the butt. And that's, of course, because of your level of patience. So a lot of times, if you are debating whether or not you have the energy to have a workout, because the kinesthetic sense, moving your body, is almost always good energy in. If you are debating whether or not a workout is really good energy in for you at the time, maybe a workout is the right thing, but not the one that you're looking at. Maybe you should do something different. Maybe instead of going to that class, you should go into the weight room and do your own thing, because that would be more satisfying for you, both energetically. It's not going to be a stressor, but it's also going to be good for you emotionally. And you can get back to the class next week when you are in the right mindset, because your mindset and your workout are tied together. So if your mindset is, this isn't where I need to be right now, and you're working out, it's going to stress your system, which means you're going to have less energy to dedicate towards patience. Now, that is, of course, that is the more rare thing. It is rare for you to work out and overwork out to the point that you've lost your good energy in, but For menstruating women, this is actually something we do have to pay attention to. So particular times of the month, it is not physically as good to push yourself harder unless you have the food and the nutrition behind it. Interestingly, the U.S. women's national team, which is our soccer team, actually has a dedicated MD paying attention to their cycles so that they can shift their exercise protocol, their nutrition protocol per where their hormones are, because your hormones can manipulate your kinesthetic sense. It can make your ligaments more weak and more likely to tear and pull. I think it's Rose McGowan is the actress, but I can't remember Rose's name. She scored the last goal in the final, in the World Cup, Women's World Cup final. And it was known, they announced it just because it was a piece of information, that she scored the goal the day before her period. She pushed herself really hard the day before her period and she wasn't injured. And that was because they were making sure that when the hormones were allowing for additional stress, she had also developed muscular strength around those joints that were normally stretchy for her, that held her stronger, that kept her stronger. So there are things that we can do, but there are times when it is not good to work out so hard. More likely, if you are in the United States, we are running up against the fact that we do not exercise enough. We do not get the muscles and the joints moving, so we actually have to use this kinesthetic sense. Where is everything? And interestingly, it doesn't even have to be an intense workout. Intense workouts are good. They increase your metabolism. They increase your lung capacity. They increase your heart variability, which is what we want. We want to see it to go up and come back down rather quickly. That's a good sign of stress adaptation. But and that gets to patience, the better off you are to adapt to stress, the more likely you have that stress experience, your heart rate goes up, you come back down and you're like, okay, now how can we look at like this like a reasonable human being? So it's good for us to have an occasional spike in our heart rate so that we can stress it and bring it back down. But sometimes it's just as important that workout not spike our heart rate, but instead work on lubricating our joints and activating our muscles. So Tai Chi is also, Tai Chi and Qigong are also two really good non-heart rate spiking, but blood pressure and heart rate lowering exercises. So Tai Chi and Tai Chi and Qigong. No, I can't even remember the name now. I had it the first time. Now it just won't come out of my head. Anyway, those are both relaxing but also stabilizing exercises that are really designed for you to know what your body is doing in space. And that slow, passive action of exercise is actually what's going to increase your patience just as much as doing a high intensity interval workout where you are going for 20 seconds really hard and taking a 10-second break. That one, so high intensity workouts really require you to know where your muscles and joints are in space, because if you miss, you're more likely to strain and pull something. But if you're doing something like Tai Chi and Qigong, there we go, I got it this time, you are actually doing more of a slow movement, and in that slow movement you are oiling up those joints, but you're also increasing the strength of each of those points. Now, I'm not doing either one of those. I am doing, what I'm doing is an attention span exercise, sort of, where you just follow your hands, follow in between your hands and keep your hands at an even distance, and that is good at guiding you back to your attention. But it is also a pseudo Tai Chi, pseudo Qigong exercise that can help increase movement in the body and increase your patience. All right. I hope you are having a wonderful day. It is brilliant out here in Southeast Iowa. It is like a mere 60 degrees. It does not feel like December 10, which I think it is. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Take care. Oh, finish off. Deep breath in. And release. Have a great day. I'll see you back here tomorrow.